Hey, I'm back, guys. I'm back. I'm sorry, technical issues. You know how it is. Don't look at me. I had to fix my glasses. My hair was wigging out. It was wigging out on the ears. Okay. Well, I have to do this for 2 seconds. 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000, 5, 1,006, 1,000. Okay, I lied to you guys. It wasn't on purpose. Okay. Hey, but we got it. He's here. He is here. Hey everybody, this is Trentinator. He made it in. He went the extra mile and figured out the technical stuff on the background. He is here to kick ass and take names, and my name is on the kicking ass portion. All right, we got the music going. We did the live. We're in the comments. Trent, take it away for 2.5 seconds. Okay, I gotta go talk to Sarah real fast. You got this. Introduce yourself. Talk to the world about the golden like button. Please smash the golden like button. Not down, but preferably not sideways either. And we want to hit the subscribe bell. Hey Jesse, sorry Jesse, that is there was a technical problem. I think we resolved it, so we should be good. Is there something blurry on my camera? There's another blur right there. I see it. Oh, it's on you now. Okay.
I don't have anything up to read. I'm on my phone, and I also can't see any comments. So apparently, I'm just talking. So what I've been looking at on the chart today is we're holding support above 100K. We've been over 100K for about 40 days at this point, and that's the longest time that Bitcoin has ever spent above 100K. So, I mean, the only thing that breaks it at this point in my mind is if Trump says that we're invading Iran, that we're going to get into some kind of prolonged involvement in the Middle East. That's the only thing that sends us lower. There is a CME gap at about $92,000, which I'm sure most of us are aware of. But CME gaps do not fill 100% of the time. As a matter of fact, in the depth of the bear market in 2022, we actually filled a CME gap at around, if I remember rightly, at around $17,000. Well, that CME gap was from previous years. So we actually went through a whole bull cycle, went all the way up to $69,000, and we didn't come back to fill that CME gap until years later. So there is a possibility that we don't fill that CME gap at 92K until, the end of 2026 in the bear market, or whenever we get a bear market. So just because it's there doesn't mean that we have to fill it. Your mic working, Tyler?
Yeah, I'm still here. I was just letting you talk. Jesse, let me know. I'm trying to work on this soundtrack. You're listening to soundtrack number 2, and so on my end, I can barely hear it. I want to know if you can hear it on your end. And Jesse says it's all good, bro. I missed yesterday. I got home late. Some errands. I'm be here for a bit because I have to leave in a half an hour. Dude, Jesse, every time you show up, every time you talk in the chat, every time you visit us, dude, it's just tons of love. We feel it coming in, dude. We appreciate you showing up.
It touches Tyler right in the banana zone.
Yeah, I know, right? Well, it's going good, guys. It's going good, Jesse. There's some drama that happened at work yesterday, and I was pretty out of it. But I'm doing a lot better today. Freaking work, people can't hear me. He says I can't hear anything, just you guys. Okay, so he can't hear the music.
Oh, Molly said she can hear the music.
Well, Jesse can't.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, Molly can't. Is she on the stream?
On YouTube, yeah.
Okay. I just turned it up a little bit. Tell it if. Have her tell me if that's too loud. I turned it up a little bit. There should be some sort of music coming through that was like background noise.
Yeah, that's weird. I mean, I can't hear it. I heard it yesterday.
He says it's really low.
Oh.
I was wondering about that too, because So now that's full volume. It's really low for me too, but you coming out really loud if I turn it up on my end.
So what do you got for us today? Let's move on with the show.
All right. Well, we were in the middle of checking out before we ended this stream, guys. So apologize for that. We were looking at crypto bubbles. In crypto bubbles, we had say up 10%, but everything else down. So why? So we came over to TradingView and we were investigating with our sniffer. The first thing that we got is a little bit of bullish divergence, which could be a reason why we're playing out. Now the question is this a fake out or is this an actual move up? Okay, there's your bullish divergence. I can actually shrink it up. It's not that long. It's like really like that long. We got bullish. That's a bit better. At least there were you guys. I can talk and have some tunes on the background. So yeah, it's definitely better now. Okay, thanks, Jesse. I turned a different tune setting on, so you can hear it. I was just making a bunch of different soundtracks in the meantime, but we got going back to say the DBSI, we have a 15. It will project to continue up. The VWAP actually was a pretty strong VWAP with strength coming up on say. This is the daily too, so that's pretty good strong moves. And on the 4 hour, the VWAP is coming back up. Like it took like a fake out, literally just puffed like a trampoline, just barely came down. We're coming back up. We have a green dot. Strength is coming up. We're technically over spot right now, but hey, everything's going up to the upside. So I challenge thee to that. 12 hours looking good. 12 hours like practically a freaking open door. It's saying if you keep going. So we'll see. I think if we're right here, an open door could be 23 to 25 cents, and we can really get up to 25. We'll be in the area of breaking out of this downtrend, which would be really good for us to see. So that's what we really are hoping for. We want to hit that 25-cent level. It's a good psychological level. It's a good retest area. And that also make us feel a little better. Maybe say it could be a leader in the market, because if you look at say right now, this little hump on the charts, if I scroll through like other coins, they all here, I'm trying to find some of these ones that aren't so micro. So you got less micro ones. Actually, here's one. This is pretty similar. Like SHIB's chart's pretty similar to say. Doge's chart's a little similar. Render's a little similar. Our Cash is one of the leaders. Is very similar to that chart. So we might be able to use say and pinpoint it as a leader in the space. Graph kind of looks very similar to it. The difference between all of them is that they haven't started pumping yet. Okay, but if we scroll down to say, so here's one chart and here's a say chart, just slightly different. It's a slight difference. That was pretty good. So I'm looking forward to that. Hopefully we can round it up and just be nothing but green. Oh my goodness, Trent. Look at the freaking money flow on the hourly. It's just, look how thick that is. What the hell happened? That's thick money flow. It's at 55. Look at the blue and red momentum waves. They're literally cupping. That's literally screaming long me for the freaking moon.
Is there some news on SCI that we don't know about? Something trending on Twitter, maybe?
No. But even look at like the hourly. I'm going to check it out in just a second. But Trent, look at that. I mean, look. You clearly were in like a smooth downtrend, and then it just rips up. We have a fake out, and dude, look at these candles. They're like engulfing each previous candle. It's just ripping up. Let's take a look, guys, on the.
Yeah, it's gotten beaten down pretty bad too, though. So I mean, now that your yellow line on your chart is the 200 MA, right?
Correct. Yeah. What's the 200?
Yeah, that's mine's red, but and that's the daily chart you're showing us. No, that's that.
No,
hour.
this is the 4 hour.
4
this
hour.
Is the
okay.
1 hour, and the bunch of other charts we just scrolled through. Those were all the.
So 4 hour above the 200 MA. I just have to go based on what I see on your chart because I'm on my phone. I can't look at my own charts. But 4 hour above the 200 moving average.
Significant.
You know, the 200 interval moving average. You know, if you're on the daily chart, that means it's the 200-day moving average. If you're on the 4 hour, that's the average of the last 200 candles is what that means.
Yep.
And getting above closing that candle above the 200 like that is that's reversal zone. That means that we can have some explosive movement. Now, Bitcoin's been faking that out the last couple days. I mean, we've had on smaller time frames, though. Don't get me wrong; it's not something as solid as the 4 hour. But I've been watching Bitcoin for the last couple days break the 200 MA on maybe the 5-minute or the 15-minute, and you're like, okay, maybe that's the beginning signs of a reversal right there, and then later on it just dumps below it, and it's like, okay, man, like maybe the trend is turning bearish because we're below it, and then you know you look later and it's ripped right back above it. So yeah, it's a weird market right now with Iran, and you know, as the market's adjusting to it, there's definitely a lot of fake outs going on. So I mean, whatever signals you guys are used to trading out there, just lower your leverage when you do it, or trade on spot, because you have to mitigate risk right now, because we don't know what will happen. If you don't mind, could you go over to Bitcoin on maybe the daily chart, maybe the 4 hour, but there should be a symmetrical triangle.
This is a 4 hour. It's significantly under the 200 currently.
Yeah. So you can draw a symmetrical triangle right there. If you connect the low, yeah, you connect the high to the, exactly. Yeah.
Well, so, another thing too on the Say chart, I'll go back to it when we go later.
That tells me right there that we should be heading back to the top of that range.
Oh, I would hope so. I'm a little nervous about the momentum waves because they haven't quite flipped and they look like they could still have continuation down.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm like this pattern looks pretty solid to me, and I would expect, I mean, look, right now, the risky thing to do, I mean, I don't know, it's not even that risky. Honestly, you put in a long right now, and you put your stop right underneath that bottom trend line. The beautiful thing about that is that when you're sitting right above that trend line, well, your stop isn't that deep, right? If you get stopped out, you didn't lose that much. And what you stand to gain from it is going all the way back to the top of that pattern. So whenever you're like right above the bottom trend line of a pattern, or say you're right above the 200 MA, well, put your stop on the other side of that 200 MA, or put your stop on the other side of that, the bottom of that pattern, and then long it back to the top of the pattern. You know, if it's not like you're longing up there at the top and then you have your stop all the way down at the bottom of the pattern, then then you're losing a lot when you get stopped out. But those are good places to long, in my opinion, because if you get stopped out, you didn't lose that much.
You don't use your shorts that much.
Yeah. You know, it just
says, I don't think we will stay in the test the lows a bit more for at least summer. Then we bounce up maybe in the middle of July. So he's thinking that we're going to trade a little bit sideways, maybe a little bit lower, and then bounce back up. That's the same ballpark I'm in. I think that we're going to be playing around with I said last week, guys, when we were at 107, that we're coming down to at least 103, and I said as low as possibly 100K. So I mean, that's kind of like my idea too. But Trent's not wrong with this trading. Like you time the bottom, the triangles. That's usually a good time to get in.
Bookmap has a bunch of liquidations up at around 110 right now. The thing is, though, that's that's really going just back to the top of the pattern, but
yeah, we got a bunch of liquidations between, like, it's really hot at 107. 107 is a lot right here between Auto 1. There's 107 is a lot. I don't quite see as many on Coin Glass at that range, but I do see some now. There they are. I had to change to Model 3. Model 3 shows a bunch at 110, right where you said, and then a bunch more at 111.
Yeah, the market, if you treat the market as a, I know this is a weird example, but like if you like reading Bible prophecy, right? Like Daniel chapter 7, has something that, a lot of readers will call a composite beast, right? And it's this beast that symbolizes 4 different nations. Well, the market is kind of like that. The market is a beast, and it's a composite of everyone out there that's trading. And so when you're trading against the market, you're trading against an actual mind. It has a mind, right? And
mind your business.
The reason it has a mind is because every buy order that you make, there's someone selling on the other side of that. And every sell order, there's a buyer on the other side of that, right? So if you
if you win a trade,
if you win a trade, someone lost on the other side of that. If you do really well in the market, someone out there lost on the other side of that, right? And your goal is to beat the market, right? And who you're trying to beat is the average trader out there. You're trying to beat the herd, and the whales, the market makers, the market manipulators are not going to let a bunch of liquidations get stacked at a certain level and let people get away without those getting hit. I'm not saying everybody's liquidations are always going to get hit. I'm just saying when you have an exorbitant amount of liquidations sitting in a certain price level, the market makers are not just going to let everyone get away with that.
Right.
So
market makers don't like it. They get peevy. They don't want them to peevy. I don't know if you saw this or not, but I was looking at this Hedera hash graph chart today on my phone. Did you have seen that picture I sent you?
I did.
And it showed it on the weekly. And I was like, okay, where we're at on the weekly, because I was talking about it. It literally, Hedera on my phone, guys. I have the factual proof right here. I don't know if you guys can see this or not. Look, that's green right there, right? There's the little chart that we're just looking at. But it's hard to see on the phone. But I was literally watching this, and all of a sudden it goes poof! And I was like, where the hell did that wick just go? And I was like scrolling. It must have had some sort of weird glitch on it. And it wicked up to $2,500. I was all like, what type of candle close was that? I was all like, holy smokes! It went from 15 cents to $2,500. I was like, dang, that was the trade of a lifetime. I'm not sure what caused that, but it was pretty wild to look at, not to say. We got Calvin in here. He says, "Sup, boys? Happy Friday. BTC dominance inching up again in the expense of the alt. I do not believe there will be another alt season. Just seems like this cycle is getting pushed out every week." I don't know if that's how you actually sound, Calvin, or not, but I threw a little bit of southern drawl on that accent. A little bit like molasses coming out of your mouth. I think, Calvin, that we'll scroll over the dominance. D for domination. Look at that. Ooh. Ooh, my goodness, that domination is long and it is silent.
Guys, to say that we're not getting an altcoin season is to defy logic. If I showed you that same chart and told you that it was some meme coin that just launched, or any altcoin for that matter, you would say that it can't keep going like that.
And the bottom of the bear market to the top of the bull market, alt season typically on average starts at 1,084 days when it starts. You know what day we're on right now, Trent? 1,019. So technically we're not off track. Much as you want to admit it, we're not off track yet. We still have 2-3 months left till we can decide if the altcoin season is going to be a little different than regular alt season, which we can already say Bitcoin's been a little different. So I'm inclined to say that alt season's going to be a little different. Hey, Trent, you got a bracelet? Did you guys go to the water park?
No. At the hospital.
Oh, that's right. I want a bracelet. Disneyland gives you bracelets.
It's a crypto emergency.
I said I do believe there will be. I said I do believe there will be another alt season. And yes, you sound like me. Wait, did I? Oh, he says I do believe there will be another alt season. Oh, you're right. I didn't read the do part, but it is coming. Yeah, I'm back. My bad.
And I can't see the comments on my phone, so I can't fact check him.
I thought you could see him when I pinned him on the page.
Well, when you put him on the when you throw him on the the screen, yeah.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if you could see him.
Yeah.
This is actually a really fun experiment.
You know, guys, Solana ETF. The date is early July, right? And the date for the next Cardano ETF decision is like July 20th. There's no scenario in which we don't get a bunch of altcoin ETF approvals this year, and we run away. You know, have you looked? I think we went over this a long time ago on the show. But if you go look at when the S&P 500 on the stock market got an ETF, and you mark that date, it's the percentage gains that it's made since then is wild. If you go look at when gold got an ETF, I mean, this was like in, I want to say 2000 or something. It wasn't even that long ago, considering that gold is a, multi-thousand-year-old asset. It's as old as mankind, right? When gold got an ETF, the price has like quadrupled since then. And so Bitcoin got its ETF in January 2024. We're looking at bare minimum, we're looking at XRP, Cardano, and as much as I hate Solana, because I think I don't hate to trade Solana, okay? I don't hate to make money off of Solana. I don't hate anyone else for making money off of Solana meme coins. Tyler and Sarah do that pretty well. I don't, by all means, everyone do your thing, right? But I hate that Solana is like a cesspool for scammers, and Solana is, I don't, this sounds conspiratorial, and I've heard Crow say it, but I think he's right. I do think that there are bad actors out there, in the Solana ecosystem somewhere, paying people to bash Cardano.
That's like saying the world's flat.
Like saying
Hey, it's pumping. It's already up 12%. Hey, you know what? It's interesting too, Trent. On the dominance too. I circled the last couple green dots we've had, and on average, when we get a green dot on dominance, we get like, I don't know, 4 or 5 candles in a row. Name down here. If you project 5 candles out, you're up over here on that green dot. Project 5 candles out, you're up over here. This green dot, project 5 candles up, you're over here. This green dot, project 5 candles out, you're up, These ones 5 candles up, you're over here. And so I'm thinking, what's the odds if we got DBSI saying more green candles up, the 21 still pushing up. Now we have a green dot with the thickest money flow we've had yet on dominance. What's the odds the dominance is literally going to go from 64? I kind of made a little drawing of how much that is to going about 67% dominant.
Yeah, I can see it. The reason why I can see it is, I think bare minimum, if we go up to 110, right? If we bounce from here and we go up to the top of the channel, or we go up to 110, and altcoins get a sort of mediocre bounce, they go up 1% or 2%, then yeah, dominance is going to go up. Then what happens is, Bitcoin, if Bitcoin rips to 120, 130, and a lot of altcoins are barely getting back to their Q4 highs, then yeah, dominance is going to get up. Bitcoin dominance is going to get up to 67% pretty easily in that case.
Yeah. Well, it would be really, really interesting. Didn't Tim, Warren, and Ben make a bet that dominance would never get above 60%?
Yeah, Tim, Warren, and Deezy did.
So,
Ben was kind of like in that conversation too, but then Tim and Deezy had the loser had to
make a steak and eggs or something.
Yeah.
Whatever. What was it? 60%? I think it was. Who? Do you remember who was on whose side?
It was 60%, and then they started arguing over, are you looking on TradingView or are you looking on CoinMarketCap?
Yeah.
And now it's a moot point because
it's over on a...
Yeah. Right.
Well, we have Pepe in here saying Pepe, so I was thinking about opening up Pepe. That's okay with you, Trent?
Yeah, go for it.
Pepe is at 2%. But before I go over there, I just want to point out, I had the greatest buy ever on Pepe. I bought Pepe. Whoa. Right here. I put $1,000 in at Pepe. Did you know that, Trent?
Yeah.
And I sold it right here. Because I got mad and I was like, why am I buying meme coins when I should be buying blue chips that are way, blue chips are going to do better. You know how wrong I was on that decision? And I knew, the reason I put $1,000 into Pepe is because I was like, it's the meme, like the meme of memes. And it was going to do great. And I was like, looking at it now, I'm like, son of a biscuit eating monkey topper. I'm like, I was way off. So much I've learned in this cycle.
He said, I've got a legit question for you guys. Do you think the House will pass the Genius Act? I wonder how much political pressure there is or isn't. Yeah, absolutely the House is going to pass the Genius Act.
And I do believe there's more Republicans in the House than the Senate. The Senate's usually what things get a little muddy because there are uncertainties due to rhinos. It's really funny because I always not getting political, but getting a little political. I fall under a lot of the conservative viewpoints, and people always say, you're a Republican. I'm like, well, I fall under them most of the time. I'm like, I prefer the term patriot. Because there are a lot of Democrats that I would vote for as well. And I think that the difference between Democrats and Republicans is Democrats tell you the terrible things they want to do, and Republicans say they're not going to do it, and then they do it anyways. So you're like, well, I can't trust one, but I don't like the other, so I don't know what's worse. The two-party system is a crooked system, isn't it?
Yeah. stable coins are too much of a benefit for the system for them to not pass this. So it like the whole stablecoin regulation thing is a mixed bag because yes, it's bullish for the market right now. Long term, it also promotes more government intermediary involvement into the crypto world, and and also you have senators left and right saying that basically stablecoins are not a threat to dollar dominance. If anything, they're an extension of dollar dominance. The reason why is because, for people in other nations, it's much easier to get your hands on USDC or USDT, right? If you want to get dollars, instead of going through a foreign currency exchange and going through that whole process, well, just swap your Bitcoin or your Ethereum or whatever else for USDT or USDC, or go on Coinbase, Crypto.com, all Binance. These exchanges are all international. Load your native currency on there and buy USDT or USDC with it. And so the more USDT and USDC or Ripple's real USD, the more that these take the center stage of liquidity in the market and people need to get them to trade with, the more the US dollar actually gains strength from that, because by proxy the US dollar just got so much easier to acquire by the rest of the world. So they want it. The government wants to be involved with that. There's no way this bill doesn't pass. Also, sorry, I didn't see Tyler get up. Also, their Watcher Guru tweeted earlier saying that, I forget the name of the person, but somebody from the SEC had said that not the SEC, sorry, someone from the Federal Reserve said that rate cuts could come as early as July, which is pretty crazy. When Tyler gets back, I'll be able to swipe my phone away and look at that Watch Your Guru tweet for you guys. But there you are.
Head and shoulders trend.
Talk for a minute. Oh, inverse head and shoulders? No, not that.
Really?
Talk for a minute while I'm gonna find this Watch Your Guru. Actually,
I can find it for you.
Yeah, share your screen and go to Watch Your Guru on Twitter.
Okay, I'll do that. But can you tell me if there's anything bullish on this chart? I'll try to shrink it up. Can you tell me if you see anything that you're like, this chart could come back in the bull run?
What coin is
that? It's literally at like where it's launched at.
What coin is that?
Beam.
Oh. What's the date of that first peak? Or that highest peak? The all-time high, I presume? Yeah.
The date is March... Budget duck. March 20...
24?
Yeah, 24. And the second one is December 24.
So we're saying that in the height of the Q4 Trump rally that it couldn't get above that first high. I mean, I don't know, that chart is so ugly.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah, that looks dead to me.
Well, Gala looks pretty similar though.
Wow. Sorry, sorry, Daniel Ghazi.
So does Mana.
Yeah, I know.
So does OneCoin. I mean, they're all like at the all-time low. This could be like the gems season to pick up like gaming, you know?
Ooh.
I mean, even look at this is super. Like gaming can't be that dead, right? I mean, IMX. Look at IMX.
Yeah, somebody's probably
It's
gonna
at-
make money off of these,
It's
but
at
it's
its
too
all-time, like, low.
yeah, people are gonna make money off of those, but it's too risky for me.
I mean, this is back in February or March. And it
Yeah.
literally came from down here. I mean, previously, December, bottom of the bear market, it went all the way up. Then it came all the way and gave it all the way back.
Yeah.
Did you say this is a giant triangle?
I don't know. I'd have to see it on my. Well, yeah. It's a descending triangle.
Is that a good triangle?
The way you're drawing it right there, it's a huge falling wedge. I thought you were gonna draw the trend line from that last low.
You could do that too.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the thing that I don't like about that is, I mean, it's still good gains, don't get me wrong, but you're really,
But this is like the gaming narrative. It's hard for me to imagine gaming's dead. Even look at like AVAX. AVAX is very similar to it. You're gonna try to tell me that AVAX is dead?
but it's holding a good level of support that's higher than the lows of the bear market.
Barely. I mean, it's right here. I mean, the bottom of the bear market, it went to $9, so it's like a 2x high.
But that's pretty significant, though.
Pretty significant. Ugh, they're so just ugly. Even Sandbox. It's like, what the heck happened, man? All right, you want me to go to Twitter? I'm really making myself.
Watch your guru.
Do you believe in Cody as Cardano guy?
I do. I like Cody.
But that looks practically the same. It's almost at a bear market low.
Yeah. I mean, that's different though. All those that you're showing me are different from the beam chart because there's history to those charts. Beam, you don't know what's going to happen. The chart's too new, and it's and the drop off is way more steep. But yeah, go scroll down until you see a post about somebody from the Federal Reserve saying that rate cuts could come as early as July.
Am I looking for a specific post, or am I looking for a picture?
A specific post. There's not a picture with it.
Do you know how long ago?
It was today.
Oh, today?
Yeah.
Today, dumb guy and Trump hater. Is this the one? World Central Bank, 5 hours ago, 8 hours ago.
No, you're gonna see somebody's name. It says, so and so from so and so from the Federal Reserve says rate cuts could come as early.
Oh,
as
here
July.
it is. Just in Federal Reserve, Christopher Wallace says
Yeah.
could cut rates as early as July meeting.
Yes, but the fact that somebody from the Federal Reserve would publicly say that, I mean,
I don't know, did he? What's his name? Christopher? What was his name?
Wallace?
Where did that title go? Christopher Waller. This would be a lot easier if I wasn't colorblind. I don't know if we could find a Christopher Wallen that works at the Federal Reserve. Christopher Wallen, nope. Official Christopher Waller Racing through Bad Racing, nope. For some reason I haven't pulled up George. It's not a Christopher Waller. It's a George. Hidden gems, no. Well, you know, I love watching PewDiePie, Xbox 360. Well, you know, you tried to find a Christopher Wallen. Oh, here he is. George is talking about it too. You can take it for what that is. Freaking federal governor Christopher Waller says we could see rate cut as early as July. Look at this smile, Trent. Yeah. This guy's eyes scream trust. Look at those eyes. Are they telling you trust me?
Yeah, that's the smile of someone that's gonna pump the market or create a buy the rumor, sell the news.
You know what's really interesting looking at pictures of like old people and stuff is that, or like TV actors. And, you know, I look at a lot of old people all the time, so it's okay.
Wow.
I think, but yeah, a lot of them have perfect teeth now. And if it's really interesting, because you go watching like a Jim Carrey movie like 20 years ago, you'll see like a little actor, the space in between the teeth. But once people hit acting, they're like, that will ruin your career. You have to go get veneers. And so everybody in every show and every TV thing always has perfect teeth, perfectly set. Isn't that kind of interesting?
It is.
You know what's really interesting? You know how Colossals was able to clone a not Siberian wolf. What's the word? That wolf. You know that's an extinct wolf. They were able to clone it successfully, and they have 3 puppies now.
Yeah.
Is it Timber Wolf or Cyber Wolf, or you know which wolf I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Well, why can we do that, but we can't find a way to make teeth? We can literally bring something back that was extinct. We can't find a way to make humans grow teeth. I just never thought about that before. You know, it's kind of an interesting thought. Do you think him and Jerome Powell are best friends?
Are Jerome Powell and anybody best friends? I don't know.
Does Jerome Powell have friends?
Yeah. Not after this year, he doesn't.
Yeah, he caused everybody so much pain and suffering.
Yeah.
Does really Jerome Powell make that decision, or is it more like he's the deliverer of the news? Like they all go in a room, they all talk, and like, okay, pal, we all voted and said that we're not going to do it. Go out there, direwolf. Thank you, Calvin.
Yeah, he's the spokesperson. He can't make decisions unilaterally like that, but he does have a lot of sway.
Thank you, Calvin. You know what's really interesting about Colossus bringing back all these extinct animals? They said that they'll never put the direwolves into the wild. And I was watching this episode of Joe Rogan. They had a lady on there who was like one of the head developers. He's like, oh, okay, you won't put predators back in the wild. That's cool. And she goes, well, not technically. I didn't say that. Just not direwolves. Like they're talking about they want to bring back the dodo, and it's not a werewolf, but a honey badger. It was a Tasmanian tiger. They want to bring back the Tasmanian tiger and release that in the wild. I'm like, dude, I wonder what that would just do to the ecosystem. Like that would be wild. Eats everything. Can we make something like bring it, bioengineer something, and bring it back to life to eat like carp or something that's like invasive species? That's all they will eat. All right, guys, we're going to head over to Coin, tell the truth. And it's been a minute because I was here earlier and we haven't read a news article today. So here's me. We lost Trent. I don't know where Trent went. Maybe his phone died. It's very possible his phone died. If not, he was very mellow about it and I didn't even see it coming. I didn't not want to restart the whole page. Well, whatever. I got where I wanted to go 5 hours ago. I was literally when this came out. There's another one. Oh, here's the C. Yes, I was going to talk about why C is pumping. Okay, so why is C up 12% right now? It is up 12%. I jump back to double check my math. Because the Wyoming stablecoin token commissioner has shortlisted Aptos and Say for its stablecoin pilot program, giving Aptos the highest score among the more than 10 blockchains considered for the forthcoming Wyoming stable project. Aptos disclosed Friday that it received the highest marks based on the Commission's network testing scoring of 32. Solana received an identical score of 32, though it was not selected for the pilot phase. Say, meanwhile, scored a 30, ahead of Avalanche at 27, Ethereum at 26, and Base at 25, and Algorand at 21, among others. That's really surprising that Base got a 25, because I feel like for Coinbase that should be pretty good, but apparently it didn't do that well. The network tests evaluated metrics such as transactions per second, fees, transactions per second, fees, and transactions finality, as reported by the ex-user Philip, who is associated with this same project. Here it is, Aptos. The Wyoming Stable Token Commission has placed Aptos as the highest scoring blockchain candidate for the Wyoming's the first fiat-backed stable coin issued by the U.S. state, tying the first place with holder Solana. The Wyoming stablecoin is Wyoming state-backed stablecoin pegged to the U.S. dollar and developed in collaboration with Layer Zero News of Development, emerged in 2023, several months after the Wyoming Stablecoin Act was passed. Wyoming is launching a stablecoin into generating state revenue by earning interest on reserves held in short-duration U.S. Treasury bonds. The initiative also aims to promote financial innovation and enhance transparency in March. Wyoming Governor Mark Gordon teased that the new stablecoin could launch by July. Wow, that would be really soon. July? That'd be crazy. Might as well open up a real-life Jurassic Park. You know what's really funny about that? Is Jurassic Park was Colossal didn't be like, hey, this is a good idea, we should make dinosaurs again. It was actually Colossal like projects that did DNA testing. It totally made me go rabbit hole. But Colossal predecessor or somebody before them, they actually created DNA testing. And Jurassic Park was like, hey, that's a good movie idea. We should make that into a movie. And that's actually how it came about. It's the vice versa versus vice compared to how most people think about it. Wouldn't it be funny if they do all this DNA testing, bring all these dinosaurs back to life, and they look completely different? Like they put all the bones in the wrong places, like in the museums, compared to how they actually look. That would be awesome. TikTok denies Trump meme coin buys. TikTok denies Trump meme coin. Buys in reply to Congress accusation. Chinese social media platform TikTok denied allegations, but it has made a purchase of the U.S. President Donald Trump's official meme coin. The official TikTok policy account took on X Thursday to deny claims that it owns any that its owners are buying official Trump meme coin. Holy crap! Responding to it was like TikTok took Thursday, and I'm like Trump. It was like all those words tied up together, trying to get them out was like really hard. Thursday denied the claims that its owners are buying the official Trump meme coin, responding to accusations by California Democrat Party Representative Brad Sherman. Sherman claimed that Chinese owners of TikTok have announced that they are buying Trump coins for $300 million. Congress claiming this person, owners of TikTok are buying Trump coins, are patently false and irresponsible and doesn't even accurately reflect the letter you signed last month. Wow, that's pretty brutal. They can't shut that congressman down. Congress claimed that the owner of TikTok are buying Trump coins and is patently false. Irresponsible and doesn't even accurately. Why does it just do that? Why don't you just repeat yourself? Sherman remarks came amid the news that Trump had signed an executive order to delay the ban of TikTok. The latest marked the third postponement, giving TikTok another 90 days to find a buyer or be banned in the U.S., according to the online reports. You know, the reason why they're probably giving them like another 90 days, they haven't really resolved, is because they're like getting these offers and they know how much they're worth. And they really want to, grow that value that they have. Like, okay, well, it's kind of like an auction. Okay, we first round's bids, like, well, we don't really like anybody's offers. Kind of come up. It's really what this probably comes down to. So, hey, why not? I like TikTok. I use it. You can follow us on there too. Bitcoin sentiment split as crypto market trades sideways, which we're trying to get on TikTok. Believe it or not, it's not as hard as it was. Because with StreamYard, we can hit all the platforms at once, but TikTok doesn't work like that for some reason. So it's a work in progress. Sentiment towards Bitcoin, it is near even split between those who are bullish and bearish. And the attitudes toward the cryptocurrencies are at a low last seen in April, when Donald Trump's global terrorist tanked global markets, according to his sentiment marketing director Brian Quinlivan. Why does everybody have to have these names that are so obscenely hard to pronounce? I feel bad for anybody who English is the second language trying to pronounce this. Like, holy cow. Said on Thursday, social media analysts found that there are just 1.03 bullish comments for every one bearish comment, which hasn't happened since the peak of FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt during the initial tariff reaction in April 6th. He said, however, that it's typically a bullish sign as markets historically move in the opposite direction of retail's expectations. Meanwhile, Poland X by crypto analyst Matthew Hyland on Thursday found a near even split between those who think Bitcoin will surge to an all-time high above 114 or again drop to 94,000. Bitcoin has traded flat at around 104,500 for over the past weekend and was just up 0.02% over the last 7 days of the early Friday. The Thai SEC opens consultation period for token insurance rules. Yeah, I'm not gonna read that. This doesn't spike my interest. I don't know, guys. We're at 51 minutes. That was a pretty good time. This protocol aims to unify the fragmentation of Web3 and unlock Bitcoin DeFi for every chain. By passing signed messages straight between chains, this is a new approach that eliminates systematic association with vulnerable cross-chain bridges and risk of unexpected taxes events from bridging. Yeah, what the hell? That was super interesting. What the actual heck, man? Oh, was I sharing my screen, guys, or was I not sharing it? Or was I stuck on this? I really hope I was sharing it. Freaking, I've been doing that more lately. Driving myself crazy on that. Always fun to chat with you guys. BTC trying else to follow. Have a great night, gents. Calvin, peace out, brother. Have a good night. See you on the flippity flop. Man, ETH is just Bart Simpson ain't hard. That is screaming not super bullish, man. It's not great looking chart. Well, in the 1 hour is pumping, so hopefully we can figure something else out. But I gotta close this white chart out. It's blinding me. I have hysteria. Woohoo! Hundo is pumping. We got a green candle. 18 on the DBSI to the upside. We got the VWAP coming up and the momentum wave going. We have the green dot with the green line saying that we're oversold. Strength is just behind it, which is a sign of upward projection. Yeah, let's rock and roll with that. We got the 4 hour. Kind of looks like a double bottom, but we have to wait and see as the VWAP is at a -10. Lucas, what's up, my brother? I haven't seen you in a minute. We gonna break out soon, boys? F this war and tariffs, Lucas. I have news for you. No, I don't think so. I was actually asked about that today, and about Hedera, which I feel like Hedera and XRP are pretty good leading indicators. And I'll give you a good rundown. I don't like the 4 hour. What's up, baby? What's up, man? Did you sure seen it, Lucas? Was it 2 nights ago? I was literally streaming, and I had my beer over here, and I spilled it, and I was like, dang it. So I picked it up, and the guys, give me a second, I cleaned it up, because a good amount of it came out. Got a towel, cleaned it all up, and I came back, and I set my beer over here so I could not spill it again. And I went to go read the chat literally after cleaning it up. I hit my beer can, it spilled all over my keyboard. I was like, guys, give me a second again. I have to go clean this up again. Gotta get my camera. It's got like a weird reflection. Oh yeah, it was great. Well, here's my problem. Let me go Bitcoin. is it looks like it's not done yet going down on the 4 hour. Now, the good news is we have the symmetrical triangle. Trent pointed out this is usually a time that he likes the long, but my indicator is saying that sideways action for sure, for shizzle, like we're not going up yet. And we have a DBSI saying we're projected to have another red candle on average, which just could be like right here. It doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be like a monster red candle. It just kind of means like a slight sideways action where I think we're currently at on the 4 hour. The 12 hour is showing, look at that, nasty. The DBSI is double saying almost guaranteed red, which still could be like right here. Nasty wick down. The momentum waves are still coming down with the red dot. The VWAP is coming down. We're hit the oversold territory, so that's one good sign, like the first one that turns green. But the strength is still coming down. The daily is practically an open door saying would come down. The money flow interaction Bitcoin network is, you can literally see it coming here, coming down, strength coming down, and we're still overbought on the daily. So it's, excuse me, it's not super great, man. That's my own personal thing, you know. Realistically, I think the likelihood of us breaking down to 95K is probable, more probable than hitting 130. That's what I would have to guess. Our saving prayer we have, did it just jump up again? It goes from a 12 to an 18 if the DBSI projected another red candle. Yeah. Almost like double top, didn't get the momentum we needed to close above. We go to the weekly. We're still 46.46. Now, I say this with hopes that we don't get a red dot. It really turned on today and then turned back off. So are we going to get it and close? There is a likelihood we will. That's hilarious. I have also seen that we got some chop down with since price action as well with the bullish divergence. Yeah, I don't think we have bullish divergence. I definitely think we got bearish divergence, and it's pretty obvious, man. Like, I've been holding hopes, trying to say that, you know, we don't. Like, you can see it clear as day. I mean, like, those lines are clearly pointing the opposite direction. Clear. And we're praying that, you know, tariff news, Iran, whatever, like, come on, keep going, which is really interesting that we had the tariffs, the Iran war, and there was another narrative in there that all came out within like 2 months of each other, you know, like, it's like, really? We go freaking 4 years and not have any bad news, all of a sudden we get in the last 2 months we have bad news, like, what? Oh, bearish, yeah. I just, man, I want to say that we will close positive and we won't get a red dot, but man, it really wants to print that red dot. I ain't gonna lie, bro. And like I said, we got a green dot on the monthly, which is a good sign. We have 9 days to close it with it there, but we lost it 3 hours last month. Last month we lost it 3 hours. So I really don't want to see that happen again. But yeah, Lucas, did you see that we're at 245 subscribers? We're almost 25% away to 1,000, and we're almost halfway there to be able to get super chats, which would be really cool to be able to get that milestone under the belt. But we just keep on working, man, keep growing. But we had technical issues when we first started, so like everything kind of got wonky. So we have like a short stream that was like 20 minutes. But Lucas, I appreciate you showing up, brother. You're a good man, and I always love the support from you. If you have anything else, man, you want me to check out before I'm getting ready to pop off, just shoot it my way, man. I got you. It's Friday night, dude. Like, I can't believe we have people in our chat. Like, most, as well, still developing, because, you know, most people are out partying, hanging out. This is old man drink. I made myself a gin and tonic in a mason jar. But stay's pumping because we got the good news with the possible Wyoming stablecoin. We called the top on SPX 6900. We clearly called it. We're up like 40 cents on it right now, saying short it. Do you buy mainly spot or do any leverage? I'm about to open a BitBuy account next week. I do mostly spots, and the only reason for that is because before I learned how to trade, I spent all my money on spot, and I've been pretty tapped out. And I like buying a lot of blue chips like Hedera, but I'm developing a leverage account on BitFi myself, and that's where I've been trading on mostly. I have a small amount, but I'm thinking about getting the $5,000 in there and leveraging that 20% bonus that we have. We actually had some crazy news this week. I actually can't talk about it right now at work because there are things going on that is absolutely wild. But let's see, where am I at? Let's go to our account, and I will be looking forward to being able to share that with you when I can. I just can't share it right now. But in the meantime, I was thinking about collecting the extra 1,000. Oh shoot! If I share my account, collecting that, if you have the money lying around, collecting that $1,000 trading bonus would be pretty slick. If you only have $100 lying around, collecting that $60, which is 60% of $100, is pretty slick. But yeah, dude, it's pretty nice. I like BitFi. It's easy, smooth. Do you like, when you trade? Do you like to trade with? They call it Coin M futures, or do you prefer getting paid out in Tether? Do you like Tether? Or do you like getting paid in the coin that you've been traded in? Did you see? We were talking earlier, Lucas, about gaming. Dude, I put like 10 grand into Beam, and dude, I've been devastatedly destroyed on it. Like, look at Beam. It's literally where it launched. It's so bad. Like, I really want to say it's gonna come back, but I think it will. But it's so down in the fire. But that being said, you got like Sandbox is pretty down in the dumpster. Gala is pretty down in the dumpster. Mana is pretty down in the dumpster. So, and even AVAX, you could say, is pretty down in the dumpster. Like, hey, JJ Crypto, what's up, JJ? What's crack-a-lackin', dog? Should I do blockchain game stream, play some off the grid? Dude, hell yeah, bro. You should tell me what you play on. Maybe I'll have to jump on and join you. We'll have to do, I don't know, I've played off the grid like once, and I didn't have anybody to play with, so you'd have to give me a rundown on it. But JJ, why is gaming so devastatedly blown out of down? Dude, look at Beam, bro. I freaking bought Beam because the freaking people told me to buy it, and they're like, Alex Becker's gonna push it. It's gonna be great. Like, back here, freaking, before I even knew what the hell I was doing. I'm still new, but I absolutely love the idea of Coin M. Yeah, Coin M's pretty slick, dude. You know who's really, really baller trader is Trent. Trent crushes it, bro. He throws some big money down, dude. He throws some pretty heavy numbers. I'm like, what? That's what you're trading on that? And he'll sit there, watch it live, dude. And he's really good at not having his emotions play with him. I'm still developing that. Like, I can sit there and look back, but if I sit there and watch the chart, my emotions get to me. I'm like, hey, I'm up 3%. I'm like, that's freaking-tastic. Let's close it out. And then I'm like, oh, I shouldn't have closed it. I went up 15%. I got so excited. You think gaming is overhyped? AI is the same thing. LOL. Lots of buzzwords and bad actors sucking the life out of the market. LOL. Once the dust settles, a real builders will emerge. I hope so, man. Once it reaches back 104,300, going to open an even larger short. Hey, you know what? 1122, which I haven't actually seen you before. You can always hit the like and subscribe, help out this local support the channel, because YouTube makes us ask. It's super embarrassing and not super fun to ask for. But I think you're right, man. I think Bitcoin's coming down, dude. I think it's coming down, and it's coming down pretty wickedly. Like, we can look at it on the where were we just looking at, Lucas? Was it the weekly? No, where was the daily? Or was it the weekly? Where the hell were we on? Maybe it was the weekly. Regardless, I'll show you. We got this nasty bullish divergence coming up, man. It was not the weekly, dude. What the frick was I looking at? We got this bullish never mind bullishness, it is screaming bearishness. It is screaming bearishness. The green money flow is coming down, the VWAP's at the zero line, and the momentum waves are literally about to flip. 46 out of 46. And the light blue is technically above the dark blue, which would mean it's technically bearish. I think there's a good chance. There's a CME gap at 91,500 and 93,500. No, oh no, yeah, 91,500. Is it really? Did I miss one back there? I thought I covered all of them. Freaking, where's my CME line? I freaking tweaked my 21 to stand out. I used to be my CME so I could read the gaps. But now I freaking can't freaking see it. I'll have to pull up the CME chart later and read it. But dude, 1122, I think you're right, man. Like, if you look at the weekly, I think the likelihood, I don't want to say we go down this low. What was I just looking at? It was one giraffe chart. 95. I think we're coming down in this range. Very high possibility. Now, dude, breaking that, hitting a 91, 93 would be pretty insane. I could see maybe a wick. I do 40x leverage on bid fight. Hey, hell yeah, bro. Hell yeah. Hey, whenever you're done, dude, you should sign up under us, man. Get that freaking get that trading bonus right here. Yeah. You need to use your account, just create another account, send your money over. That way you have 2 accounts and then you can get 2 bonuses. Oh, hell yeah. Where was I at, man? Go back to the screen. 40x leverage. That's pretty wild, bro. I do 10. I like 10x leverage. I trade between 7 and 10. I like to find that sweet spot. But me, I also look at the number, and I'll play around with the numbers just to get where I want to get to. Boom, boom, bang, boom, bang. There's the music. CME gap, man. Yeah, dude, I think Bitcoin's coming down, dude. I think the whole market's coming down till end of July, early August, which kind of lines up where the CME gap is, and then 1,084 days is usually when the altcoin season starts from the bottom, and we're at 1,019 days right now. So we have about, we could have 3 months or 2 months, 60 days, 2 months before we go up, which kind of puts us in line with July, August area. However, once it hits 99,700, I'm jumping into a buy again. I do 40x leverage. Yeah, you're probably right. Probably right, bro. Mustache, man, getting in my nose. Oh, hell yeah. Do you ever trade stocks? 1122 or precious metals? Like the silver. It was coming down and almost reset it. In right here would have been a perfect trigger wave. That would have been a good trigger wave. Good trigger wave. Whenever you guys get green dots on the bottom, it's almost like no risk easy long. I do stock. I do well with Tesla. What do you think of Planeteer and CoreWeave? Faith Crypto Face talked about them a lot. Do you trade those? You know what's funny about Tesla? It's almost like Elon Musk's meme. You know what I mean? Like, if he wasn't part of the board, that stock either would crash or rocket up. I got in at 232 and sold at 477. Dude, F yeah, bro. You crushed that, man. You freaking crushed that, dude. Where's Tesla at right now? fucking Shiba is bending me over. Dude, I know, bro. Dude, I was at the Trump dinner, and this is like his first one. The guy across from the table from me, we were talking. He told me he bought $2 million of Shiba at the top, and it was worth $200K at the time. And the funny part was, he goes, I'm a financial advisor in Germany. I'm like, oh, you got wrecked by that one. I can't say I'm crazy better off. Rick, dude. You sold up 470. What did you sell that? 477? Bro, if you hit 477, you fucking banked it, dog. You fucking banked that big time. 477, you bought it. 230. Dude, you freaking rocked it, dude. Good for you, man. 45K in SHIB. Let's take a look at SHIB while I have you here, man. Dude, your SHIB looks like my friggin' Beam. It's so down in the dumps. Holy fuck. Yeah. So much far to go. And it's not done yet either. Look at the blue momentum waves, too. I want to say it's coming down more, but I think it's coming down more. Look, 25. That's damn near practically maxed out. DBSI projecting another red candle off this. And what do you think? How much more can it go, dude? I'm telling you, it's probably going to come down lower. I was actually looking at SHIB today. I think it's coming down lower, man. The EWAS below the zero line, string coming down. Still in red, saying that we'll overbuy. How the fudge can you tell me we'll overbuy? The one thing that we got going for SHIB, we are getting an anchor trigger wave. And if we can get this to roll by July, August, which we're expecting, we got 2 months left. I think that'll be the bottom. I think we'll hit alt season. And I think it's hard to say SHIB will hit an all-time high again, but it would be nice to see 4.8, 5. If it can break that, I would say SHIB's still alive for next cycle. But if it doesn't, then I'll be like, I'm pretty worried. On the monthly, we have a 4 to a 6 compared to the weekly. It's super gross. 0.50. Oh, gosh. So it's just saying almost there. We're not quite there yet. Almost there. And when we get monthly candles, dude, they freaking pop, bro. They do pop. 12 hours to the 20. And another thing, too, that we got kind of going for us on SHIB is that the structure is getting ready to reset. So when it resets, that could be a ability to make a trade. Don't look at it. It breaks my heart. Oh, dude, I'm so sorry. Yeah, it was a badass trade. But it looks like it's bottoming, to be honest. It does, dude. I'm telling you. I think it's pretty close to being a bottom. A little bit more pain. And then it's going to be a bottom. Then we'll start moving again. Dude, I'm with you, dude. I've had badass trades before, man. Pal AI wrecked me, bro. I freaking lost not as much as probably you lost in SHIB. I lost 15 grand on that. Lost 15 grand on Beam. Frick, dude. I used to have 110,000 XRP, and I spent most of it all in May highs on other things and freaking got wrecked. Hey, good for you, 1122. I'll hit you up later, dog. I gotta jump off too. I'm gonna go play some Apex. Hey guys, thank you for coming in to visit us, the Blockchain Brew Show. If you haven't already, hit the like, hit the subscribe. We'll be back tomorrow. Saturday's a kind of weird stream because I'm gonna go play some poker that night. So I will stop in on mobile. But Trent's gonna come in at some sort of point and do a live stream with you guys. And then Sunday, I'll be here for the weekly close. So you guys have a great night. Take care. Peace out. The most hydrated community out there. Woo!